All right, this video, Newton is going to focus on your exit and as you go through your recovery phase. Your pull is really good. The mechanics of your pull is really good. Um, so the focus here is going to kind of compare your recovery to both Joe and Tony behind you. And the right side video is just another view of that exit to recovery as well. Um, so real quick on the left side first. Um, One of the things I look for in a efficient recovery is making sure that, let me just go through this real quick. So if we compare like the highest point in each of your recoveries, so like when I compare top hands, for example, um, so we have top hands at three kind of different spots. And I would say Joe's pretty tall guy. I think both of you guys maybe around the same height, or Joe might even be a little taller. So he's able to get his paddle back up into this setup position, right? All of you guys get to the same position eventually. But that recovery phase of how you get there and how you manipulate that paddle through that recovery is going to kind of give you an indication of how relaxed each of you guys are through that phase. And I like to think if you have to raise that inner or your top hand higher than someone else, then comparatively you're spending a little extra energy moving that paddle compared to someone else, right? So in relation to that as well, top hand as well as bottom hand, okay, so keeping that paddle close to the water will also reduce how much height you have to bring that lower hand as well. Right here, I can draw a line connecting, connecting Tony and Joe's lower hand, and you can see that your lower hand is just a bit above that line as well. So that path of travel of that lower hand and top hand are a little bit high when you have to keep it higher there, or when it's a little bit higher there, you're using just a little bit extra energy on every stroke. Okay, and then the right side view just gives you another point of view of that. Okay, so from this vantage point, I think it helps give you an idea of what to aim for in that top hand to achieve a little bit, maybe a little bit more relaxation. So I think the path that your top hand is traveling maybe finishes around here, and it's aiming for maybe somewhere between that neck and shoulder line with that person in front of you. Let me use a different color real quick. So something like this, and then you go back over to the gunnel. If you shoot to aim closer to maybe their armpit or inner shoulder there, it gives just a little bit more relaxation for that inner shoulder. So I think it's at like this particular point where your top hand is ending up a little bit higher there. I know my camera point of view makes it seem like the people in front of you on the right side are about the same, but that's partially because of the camera tilt. All right. I think that's pretty much it. Just a little bit more relaxation through the recovery. All right.